Welcome back to another episode of Prison Lingo. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, just like everywhere out here in the free world, penitentiaries, federal, state, county jails all have their own types of lingo. Today, we're going to dive into some of that lingo, and you may just learn something. Maybe you're getting ready to be incarcerated yourself, or you have a loved one and you want to communicate with them on their level. So let's start with the first one. The first one is monkey boats or biscuits. What do you think this is? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, monkey boats or biscuits is a noun, and it is different types of footwear issued by the prison or jail system to the inmates. Different types of footwear. The next one is death care or cratchit care. What do you think this is? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about this one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is any type of health care in the county jail, state prison, federal prison, doesn't matter. They use these types of words to describe any type of mental health care or care, medical care, dental and vision included in there as well. Death care or cratchit care. Cratchit is more referring to an incompetent nurse or doctor within the actual sentence, kind of within the system. I mean, kind of like nurse cratchit. Someone you don't really want to deal with or have to deal with, but you have to anyways in the death care system. A Cadillac bunk. I'll give you a couple seconds to think about this one. All right. A Cadillac bunk is a jail cell in jail, prison, federal prison, doesn't matter where it is. It's called a Cadillac bunk if it is referring to a two-room occupancy room cell that only one person is being used in. They are purposely not using the other one because maybe that person has, mental health issues or whatever. Maybe they're extremely violent or they belong to a gang that they don't have other affiliates thereof. So they call it a Cadillac bunk. Additionally, this also may be a room that is normally meant for someone who is in a wheelchair, but the person who is in that bunk, that Cadillac bunk, is not disabled. A Cadillac bunk. Next, sticking with certain rooms, what do you think a Bam Bam room is? Give you a couple seconds to think about that one. A Bam Bam room is a suicide watch room. Yes, these are padded rooms. They may not be as luxurious as a suicide room, in your county, hospital or city hospital. It is a room, though, but does have padded walls so the inmate cannot hurt themselves. A Bam Bam room. Next, I have to look at this one myself. It is a heater, a shank, a shiv, or an opener, or a jolly. What do you think these all are? Well, yes, you may have guessed it from shank or shiv, but these are all types of weapons. And now I'm going to read you the description for each of them. A heater, a shank, a shiv can be made out of anything. Plastic, metal is particularly, they like metal a lot more. But or it could be a toothbrush, handle or an ink pen handle. They can make that, a heater, shank, or shiv out of all of those. A opener or a jolly, that talk about, creative, is the same type of weapon, but is made of Jolly Rancher candy. They heat it up, melt it, and then fold it over and over again till it becomes harder and harder. And they may mix other things in there. Melted plastic. They may add in their coffee powder, coffee creamer to stiffen the item up itself to make it last longer. But they are all different types of weapons. Next, what is a cell gangster or a G celly? Do you have any idea about that one? Give you a couple seconds to think about it. Well, a cell gangster, if you will, or a G celly, is someone who talks tough when the cell is actually sealed at night, they may be talking to their bunkie or to another person across the hall or next to one cell to either side of them. They talk tough, but the moment that door unlocks, they back down immediately. That is a cell. That is a cell gangster or a G celly. And last but not least, what do you think a blooping is? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. What do you think a blooping is? Ladies and gentlemen, blooping is to hide something in your anal cavity. Hence, the Josh Duggars of the world smuggling cell phones from the visitation room back to the housing unit. He was blooping the cell phone. They can hide anything from contraband, drugs of some sort, a cell phone, whatever it is, but you hide it up inside of the anal cavity. Blooping are not used in every jurisdiction across the United States. They may be different in your area, but they are widely used from East Coast to West Coast. If you know of another one that means the same as one of these, go ahead and put it in the comment section down below. If you'd also like to see me expand this and do this more than once a month, please leave a comment down below. In the meantime, give this a thumbs up and think about, consider subscribing to 411 Now.